All right, we are back. Welcome back, everybody. Let me just recap where we were, and then I'm going to go through some, people had some questions during the break. We'll talk a little bit more about events and tools. As we started this, education and understanding is the key. You've got the gift. Have the right posture. Your posture and energy is critical. Don't apologize. Plan to review to get better and better. Posture, energy, passion is what matters, and persistence pays. We talked about events, versus effective versus ultimately effective. It's always going to be most effective to have a big event down to small events, and then online events are all kind of in one category. And then tools are something that people can easily digest in order to be able to do it, so long as you get them to do it. The key is getting them to do it, and we're going to talk about that. So let me go to some questions. Go up just a bit. Right. You say, RT says, you say don't stop, stay persistent. How long before you may damage a friendship? I have a couple friends I've been working on for months. I can't get them to sit down with me for 15 to 20 minutes. Well, first of all, it doesn't need to be every 2 seconds. You say, listen, all I want you to do is understand what I have. It'll take 15 minutes. I don't want to bother you. And you know, if this is bugging you, it kind of bugs me that you won't take 15 minutes to take a look at something that I think is going to help you. I just want you to understand it. And if every day is getting annoying, then back off and touch base every 30 days or something. One thing that worked really well for me, for people who are highly resistant, is I'd send them an email or they'd no-show me, and then they wouldn't call me back, or something would happen. And I would repeatedly send them a message with no response. You ever got that? And then I would send them a message that went something like this. It was one of 2 different forms. One form is, it makes me sad that you're not even calling me back after we had this conversation. I thought we had a better friendship than that. But I won't bother you anymore. This is the last message. You know, there won't be another one. And wish you the best. And most of the time they're going, yeah, gosh, I was kind of not really a good friend. And then they call you. The other version was, I hope everything's okay. Because I can't imagine you just blowing me off. So something must have happened. I hope it's not a serious health issue. I hope there wasn't a car accident. I hope something bad didn't happen. And usually they'll connect that way. But if they run the other way, that's usually a sign of psychic damage of some previous experience. They've had some previous experience, or you're just being so aggressive that it's all about you and it's not about them. So plan to review in all of these things. You're not going to get it perfect. There's some people that I tried to talk to that never took a look, ever. I could not get through to. I didn't have a big enough hammer. I didn't have enough credibility, or it just wasn't going to work out. And that's okay. You know, that doesn't have to haunt you. But overall, talk to enough people that you're not so overly needy of any one particular one. The more you're talking to, the more you're connecting with, the more you're building with, the more you're having conversations with, the less that one that says no is going to be a big deal for you. All right. Just remember, Lovett says, while being persistent, to keep them friends and be a friend, not just milk them as a prospect. Totally agree. Friend them on Facebook, stay connected. Keep going. Don't forget to congratulate them on events in their lives, birthday wishes, anniversaries. Yeah, but I mean, that's gotten a little stale too. Facebook reminds everybody when it's their birthday and their friend. And if you just do a Facebook message, that's one thing. If you send them a text message on their birthday, that's a different thing. Send them a little video that says happy birthday, that's a completely different thing. Try not to just, I get 8 trillion birthday wishes, and I'm grateful for them, but it's not the same as it was that first year that Facebook did that. That was pretty cool, and then you kind of go, okay. Your company has a quarterly rally, which is today. You're excited all over again. Imagine if you had some prospects there. What do you pack into the 15 minutes? We'll talk about that. Can you overcome psychic damage? Absolutely. We can talk about that if you like. I didn't know that saying "love it" to the goatee would make my chat name "Love It." Well, I think your "Love It" is a good name. That should be your new nickname. Everybody should introduce you as "Love It" now, like McLovin. It's kind of like that. So what's your real name, Love It? Type that in there. If it's McLovin, I'm going to freak out. So other people were asking about tools, talk about sizzle calls. Let me talk to you about some tool campaigns that I've done over the years and that have worked really, really well. I've been good at this. I've been good at this. I got really, really good at video and audio, and I got good at sizzle call, which is another form of audio. Neely, you have to get like a Love It t-shirt now. Yeah, Lauren says you have to get t-shirts that say Love It on it with an exclamation point. My volume just dropped. It's saying, can we raise it up a little or no? They're checking. Check. Is the screen black for everybody? Refresh if you need to, Ted. Everything seems to be good. All right. Cool. All right. Let's talk about these different campaigns for a moment. And then we're going to come back to inviting to these via text message, phone message, and in person. First tool campaign that I did was video. This was about 1990 or so. A VHS tape. And I was with a company. They came out with this tape. It was so good. And our leader said, all you got to do is get in front of somebody, push play on the tape, and at the end of the video, just ask them if they saw an opportunity. So that's what we did. And we went crazy with this to the point that eventually we made our own little tape, which was called Take Me Down Memory Lane. The solution for the 90s. I should show it to you sometime. The solution for the 90s. This was a videotape that, back then cost like $7. People would buy 100 of them. And we taught people to invite to the tape, all about passion and enthusiasm, invite to the tape, play the tape with them at all times if possible. If not, we had trainings on how to invite them to watch it and follow up with them to make sure that they watched it. And then we had a follow-up sequence after that. And that follow-up sequence usually was 3-way phone call to an event, typically, okay? That was the first one that worked for me. Second one was audio. Let me see if I can remember the audio name. It was the name of the company, a career choice. That was the name of the company. or that was the name of the audio cassette. And it was a little audio cassette, and I miss audio cassettes because it was such a great tool. It's so much more tangible than a link. But audio cassette, and it had a little paper sleeve on it, and people would put their name and their phone number on the paper sleeve, and people would, on one side was me doing about a 20-minute presentation. Company, product, compensation plan, timing, call to action. 17, 18, 20 minutes. On the other side was testimonials from people inside the company. And we had a massive campaign to get people to, what we did with this is we had people get 100 audios, and it was like 40 cents for an audio cassette. So what is that? For 100 of them, 40 bucks? Yeah, $40. So $40 for 100 of them, and we told them to put 100 of those into 100 people's hands in their first 7 days. And we gave them an invitation script, essentially, in order to be able to hand those out. And I'll talk to you about that script in a moment. But it was essentially, hey, I've got a really cool audio tape that's got an amazing message. If I give it to you, will you listen to it? Say yes. They say, when do you think you could listen to it for sure? They say, well, let's do it the next time I drive. All right, fantastic. So if I call you after that, you'll listen to it for sure, right? What's the best number and best phone number, best time for me to call? All right, I'll talk to you then. Here it is. And we taught them how to do that 100 times in their first 7 days, and then 2 a day after that. Okay? The invitation to the video was very similar. I've got this video that's literally been life-changing for me. It's entertaining, but it's super powerful. It might even help you make some money. If I gave you this video to watch, would you watch it? It's about 20 minutes long. When do you think you could see it? They say yes. When do you think you could see it for sure? I could see it tonight. So if I call you tomorrow morning, you'll have seen it for sure, right? Yeah, I've seen it by tomorrow morning. All right, what's the best number, best time for me to call? All right, here it is. If I say, hey, if I give this to you, will you watch it? Oh, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not giving it to you. I mean, we taught them, don't give it out until they agree that they're going to watch it. I don't care when. Yeah, I'll watch it. When do you think you could see it for sure? This weekend. I'm really busy until this weekend. All right, fine. So if I call you after the weekend, you'll have seen it for sure, right? Do you hear where I'm getting the commitment? It's way different. It says, please watch this video. Please listen to this audio. Okay? Now, third, this one was incredibly successful. This one was a game changer. The audio one was a game changer. We moved, in my little downline alone, 500,000 audio cassettes in 6 months. That was when I had my biggest first explosion of growth, which was, I went from a 6-figure earner to a 7-figure earner in a little more than 1 year. Game changing. It was working everywhere. Those audio cassettes were everywhere. You literally saw them everywhere. They're on, people went to gas stations and put them on the top of gas stations. They left them in the pockets in airlines. They were in the rental cars, in the glove box. I mean, they were everywhere. People were getting those and signing up. It was incredible. This was a game changer for me. And then the third one that worked really well for me is a sizzle call. A sizzle call. And this is a recorded version of this. This was just a recorded version of this. If you go to freeconferencecall.com, you can get your own phone number, your own local number, and you can put a recorded message onto that number. And let me tell you how it came about for me. How it came about for me is I was in the middle of a big launch with my company, and I was in the middle of a 90-day game plan. Hardcore, hard push 90-day game plan. And during that 90-day game plan, I was doing all the presentations. I would just say, put people on the phone with me, put them on the phone with me. And it was so exhausting to have every single person that put somebody on the phone with me, I'd have to start from zero. I'd have to start and say, well, let me tell you about the company. Let me tell you about the product. Let me tell you about the opportunity. Let me tell you about the compensation plan. Let me tell you about the timing. So my voice was destroyed after like 90 days. So I said, this is not working. So let me make a recorded message that was essentially the same thing that I did here, but I made it about 7 minutes long. I said, hi, this is Eric Worre. I want to thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to this special message. The person who asked you to listen to this thinks a lot of you, which means a lot to me. So let me tell you a little bit about this business that we are a part of and we'd like you to learn more about. In my experience as an entrepreneur, I've learned how to evaluate opportunities. And the best way I know is to take a look at 5 key elements if you're evaluating any opportunity. The first element that you want to evaluate is the product that the company provides. And you want to ask some specific questions. Does the product have a need? Is there a need for the product in the marketplace? And with our product, it's absolutely there's a need. Does the product fit the need? You know, is there a need, number one, and does our product fit the need, number two? Does it create a solution for people? Number 3, is it priced to sell? Is it competitively priced in the marketplace compared to the benefits that it brings? And number 4, is it priced for profit? Is there enough money so the people get a fair price, but still the people involved in distribution make some money? And when I took a look at our products, and here's what they are, this, and this, I think you'll agree with me that there's a need, our product fits the need, it's priced to sell, and it's priced for profit. So I ticked off the product box. Second box I took a look at was the company. It doesn't matter how good the product is if the company isn't solid. Let me tell you a little bit about the company. When I did my due diligence, I checked on the stability, I checked on the management team, I checked on their cash flow and ability to grow into markets. I checked on their track record to see how good they are at doing what they've been doing and how long they've been doing it. And when I balanced all the measurements of long-term track record versus early opportunity, I found a perfect blend. I found people who really cared, people who could deliver on what they say that they're going to do, and people who create a support system to be able to help me, and ultimately, if you decide to take a stronger look, help you grow your business. So product was a check mark for me, or excuse me, opportunity was a check mark for me. Third thing I take a look at was the compensation plan. All this stuff is great, but if I'm not getting compensated for my time, then I'm not going to be interested in taking a look at this as an opportunity. So what I saw when I took a look at their compensation plan is I could get involved for very, very low cost, that my function inside of the business was, number 1, to sell these products to customers, to build a team of other people who are doing the same thing, build a network of other people doing the same thing, get some leverage, and 3, use my leadership to increase the productivity of that team. And with their compensation plan, I found a way, and I'm confident when you get your homework done on this, you'll realize that this is a way to create significant part-time income with a very flexible schedule, to grow that into serious part-time, maybe even full-time income. And for those of you like me that really want to hit this hard and take advantage of this opportunity in a big way, there's an opportunity to get wealthy. So that's what I saw with the compensation plan. I'd highly encourage you to get back to the person who asked you to listen to this audio and get your questions answered on the compensation structure. I'm confident you're going to be impressed. So those first 3, product, company, compensation plan, checked off for me. 4th was support. What kind of support would be available if I got involved? And let me tell you about what the company does with events, company does with back office, company does with tools, the upline support of the team, people like me that are invested in your success. I found that there's an unbelievable support system, especially compared to the amount of money I'm investing in starting a business. And the 5th thing I took a look at was timing. Was this the right time? And in my opinion, this is the perfect blend between stability of company and still incredible upside. Like in real estate, it's location, location, location. In business, a lot of time it's timing, timing, timing. And I think the timing here is unbelievable. And then I would recap the 5 things. The product is spectacular.